What's up guys, my name is Chris, or TaintedCatalyst, and today I'm bringing you a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle against somebody called Just Give It Away, or Give It Away, something like that, from Smogon. I don't know if he has a YouTube page, and so there's no link in the description to it. As you will probably be able to see, well yeah, not probably, you will be able to see, there is a new sprite layout and a question of the day. I'm going to be starting a question of the day for Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Every upload I do will have this new layout. With obviously the question marks, and then as Pokemon come in, the sprite will come up. And so the question of the day for today is, who is your favourite Pokemon of all time? For me, it's Blastoise. It always has been Blastoise. Ever since the first game, when I started off with Squirtle. Not really sure why I chose Squirtle. I mean, Charmander looked pretty cool as well, I guess, but overall I preferred Squirtle. It was always kind of water stuff. I have a younger brother who's a couple of years younger than me, and he and I have always done, you know, kind of opposite stuff. Like, he got Pokemon Red, I got Pokemon Blue, and so I got Blastoise, and he got Charmander. And yeah, so that kind of started that. Anyway, this is a long intro again, but just a quick thing. This is taking me a long time to do. I had to figure out how to use a lot of new stuff in Photoshop that I didn't have a clue about, and some new stuff in Vegas, and I put a lot of work into this, and I'm hoping that it shows. So I'm really looking for some sort of feedback here. I know a lot of people do give me feedback, so that's always nice. But leave feedback on whether you like the layout, if you think there's things I can change to make it better, and also be sure to rate it. I really do appreciate it when people thumbs up. So far, all of my videos for Pokemon have had nothing but positive reviews and thumbs up, so I thank you very much for that. And I also welcome a bunch of my new subscribers. I'm now at 26 from 16. Like, before I did my first one, I was on like 15 or 16, so that's really great. Let's just keep this going. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for the long intro. We're just going to get straight into the game. Okay. So, I lead off with my Cofagrigus, I think that's how you pronounce it, and he leads off with his Mamoswine. And I don't know, I didn't want to over-predict at the start, and I played it safe, and I just go for the hidden power fighting, excuse me, as he switches into his Celebi. I know I just said this in the intro, but how do you like this new layout? Like, really I'm looking for a lot of feedback here, and hopefully, you know, you all like it a lot. Anyway, he goes for the Nasty Plot, and I just didn't think he could do to me, so I just go for the Shadow Ball, which is going to do over half, and then at this point I don't have any Calm Minds up, so I'm not especially defensive in any way. I'm a bit scared of, you know, some move doing a lot of damage to me, and he uses Giga Drain, so I kind of expected a Grass move anyway, and so I switch into my Articuno, which takes it really well, and it restores a tiny bit of health on him, which isn't too big of a deal. And on this turn, I think I just go for Toxic, because I think to myself, if he switches, then I'll Toxic whatever comes in. And if he doesn't, you know, I'll at least have Toxic his Celebi. And, you know, if he was expecting an Ice Beam. And I know that there's not much he can do to me. Even a Psychic, I'm pretty sure a Psychic won't take me down, since this Articuno, I think, yeah, it's especially defensive, possibly defensive. Sorry, I do this every video. I always forget everything about my Pokemon. Anyway, I go for the Ice Beam, which does about half of its health. Half of its HP. I'm sorry for all this jumpy talking stuff. I think I need to take a drink. 1 second. Oh, excuse me. There we go. And this time I decided that I'm going to switch, because I don't want him to use Psychic again, so I switch into my Slowking. And I don't know if he predicted that anyway, Drain, or whether he just wanted to get a little bit of health back, but he wouldn't have got enough health off Giga Drain on my Articuno. I'm pretty sure my Articuno would have survived, and then I would have Ice Beamed him to kill him. So I'm not sure why he stayed in. So I'm thinking he kind of predicted a switch, because he was quicker. And so he thought maybe he could get, you know, more health off something else. And luckily for him, I switch into my Slowking. So he takes it down in one hit, and he gets a lot of his health back, and then Toxic brings him down. So I switch into my Absol, since I almost went for the Pursuit here. He is Choice Scarfed, and so if I'd gone for the Pursuit, it would have killed him. But instead I go for the Night Slash, which does over half to the Sableye, and I'm guessing this thing, because it tricks me in Iron Ball, I'm guessing this thing's got Prankster. And so he gets to go first and tricks me in Iron Ball, which makes my Absol absolutely useless. And he switches then to his... Oh, sorry, I take down the Sableye, and then he switches to his Hitmontop. And I know there's no point in me letting my Absol die for no reason when I can completely safely switch into my Cofagrigus, which, you know, avoids, obviously, the fighting moves. And I expected the Sucker Punch here, and so I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'll just start setting up on this, because if he switches out, I'll be at +2. And I'll have a lot of defense, because I'm a defensive Cofagrigus, and then the Calm Minds are just to get my special attack up. And he goes for the Foresight, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm not worried about the close combat. But I know he's not going to go for the Sucker Punch on this turn, and so I think to myself, okay, well I may as well just go for my Hidden Power Fighting since it's going to hit the neutral. And yeah, get some damage on it since I knew that the close combat wouldn't do too much to me, and it does about maybe a third, and then with leftovers it's going to be a 4-hit KO, so that really doesn't bother me, and he has to obviously foresight in between each one. And so he withdraws his Beyblade as I go for, I think, a Calm Mind on this turn. I think I was expecting a Sucker Punch to see if he could try and take me down, since I think he's an offensive one, not a bulky one. And he switches to his Zapdos, and he goes for the Heat Wave, which, me being on now, I think +4 is not going to do anything, and so I go for the Shadow Ball, maybe +3 on to another Shadow Ball, which nearly takes him down. But I mean, it's not super effective in any way, and I'm only +3, maybe +4. And he goes to the T-Wave, which doesn't bother me at all, because my Pythagoras is slow. I think it was the slowest thing on the team I had. Oh no, I have something else that I'm not going to tell you. Actually, you don't get to see it. It's a Steelix. I don't actually even get to use the Steelix. Which I just realised probably the game until oops, sorry. But I mean, it was pretty obvious. I'm at like +4 and I am effective. 2 of his last 3 things that you've seen, and the Hitmon top can't do anything to me. The EQ doesn't do very much to me. I take it down with the Hidden Power Fighting, and then he's going to send in his Celebi, and yeah, he Nasty Pots, probably just because he didn't know what else to do. Maybe thought I was going to go for the Calm Mind, and then he'd try and take him down. But if I didn't have Calm Mind, I think it'd be a +5 or +6. I wasn't really paying attention, so I just Shadow Ball him to take him out. He sends out his Hitmon top, and then he's going to run. So I'm sorry for spoiling it, but I mean, it must have looked pretty obvious. Anyway, that was a nice little sweep by Pythagoras. Yeah, the only reason I've uploaded this is because I had a bunch of games last night, and they either weren't very good, or I just lost, and I don't know, it's didn't really want to upload one where I was losing really badly. Like, I uploaded one on Wednesday where I did lose the game, but it was so close that I thought it was a good enough game to put up. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to start rambling, so I'm just going to end it with, leave some comments about this this layout. I'm really happy with it. I like it a lot, but if you think there's something I can change, like, for example, underneath the question marks, there's like just an empty space. I could not figure out what to put there. I was kind of contemplating putting whatever Pokemon's on our side of the field, putting an animated sprite there. But I thought that might be a little bit annoying having these little 2 things jumping around in the bottom corner, so I decided not to do it for this first one. But if people want to see it, then I'll give it a go. I'm not sure if I can definitely do that, but I can definitely get the animated sprites and try and throw them on. Or maybe I could put, I don't know, I just don't know what I can put down there. So I really am looking for suggestions what to put down in these corners. Anyway, yeah, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. I think the outro has that on it as well. And I will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.